Dirk and Jamie cooking a buffet for you. Dirk and Jamie cooking a buffet for two. Will you come join our feast on the internet? We've got plenty of leftovers for you at the heavy metal buffet.
Hey, Mareel and Jamie Hatch, here we are at the Heavy Metal Buffet Acoustic Night. How's it going, guys?
Raffle.
Yeah. So this is like the first thing that we've done in a year. Oh, Jamie Dalzell's over there in the corner, and we've got a lot of background noise because the Revellers are just about to go on stage.
I wish it'd be more quiet while we're trying to make the buffet.
Mareel going to announce them. Are you ready? Are you ready for your big moment?
I'm back, and this is the Revellers. Not like that.
30 seconds of your stand-up comedy.
Hi everybody, my name is Mathew. It's really a pleasure for me to be here because usually I'm in Shetland, and in a pub like this in Shetland, I would know everybody in the room.
So next we're going to hear a track from the Revellers. Enjoy this episode of the buffet, you fools!
Sucker!
Just got loaded up. This will be fun. This is a land of stories of brave men and their tales of pain. So hear our glory and defeat at the hand of God from the Dane. We stopped a lowly merchant, gained so many treasures to behold, but we didn't reckon for the blood and quest for justice to unfold. Sailed towards us, stole everything, our blood was spilled in vain, but the leader saved some. He said, tell your people you've been spared by God from the Dane. Fate would serve us better. Godwin's ship was wrecked, he lay waiting in a cave, planning violent reprisal. Blood eagle to the back for vengeance that we no more bloodshed. Lower the road, tales of sorrow now turn to hope. When we came to capture, we would find that the Dane had slipped away. He met with luck and kindness, and we were denied a bloody judgment day. Years later we saw them, a fleet of Danish ships sailing to our lands, but peace and fortune was given to one of her who said, "Got on with her." No more bloodshed. Lower the road, tales of sorrow now turn to hope. No more bloodshed, lower the road, tales of sorrow now turn to hope. Acoustic. Thank you. Thanks very much, guys.
Okay, now I'm joined by Jamie Dalzell, and I'm not recording, or am I?
My name is
I think I'm
Robertson.
recording. Yeah, it's red and flashing. And suddenly Mareel in. First of all, I'll go to Jamie. Jamie, what did you think of the Revellers?
Excellent, really good set. I especially like Beagle tapping on an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
Solo and Lower the Rope was bitching.
It's something that we've all been really looking forward to, actually, because the solo in Lower the Rope is like one of the best solos that we've heard in the Revellers' history ever. We're joined now by Jamie Hatch as well. That's me. Mareel, what did you think of the Revellers?
I thought it was awesome as usual. And they played a new song that I'd never heard before, which was really nice. It's
When
got
it
a
was written
sword
by
for a
Adam
song.
Priest.
Yeah.
It was good.
Jamie Hatch, what did you think of the Revellers?
Pretty good. There was an acoustic setting for a loud band.
Yeah, actually,
There was a miss for Daniel though. You do notice at some point you missed that fiddle part.
Yeah, I didn't think about it until now, but
Sarah was asking, my little girl was here with me tonight, and she was going, "Where's the little fiddle?" Because she was looking at Adam Priest with his double bass and thinking it was a big fiddle.
oh,
So
bless her.
is she gone home now?
Yeah, she went with my mum, so it was good.
Are you drinking St. Mungo's?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to fuck you
What
up.
happened was I went to the bar, and then the guy
And
filled
did you
my-
accidentally say St. Mungo's?
No, I didn't accidentally say. I deliberately said St. Mungo's, and the guy filled it up to about there, and then the thing ran out, and he goes, "Oh, I'll have to change the keg." And I went, "Oh, just charge me for a half pint." And he went, "Oh no, it's okay. I'll get you a new one. I'll just change the keg." I was like, "Ah." So he went and took like 10 minutes to get the keg changed, and then I got a delicious St. Mungo, and it was totally worth it.
Did you not drink the first?
He wouldn't give it to me. He put it away. I was
That's
like, "What?"
horrible. That's horrible.
Yeah. It
Okay.
would've been
Are you going to
super
drink
strong.
St. Mungo's all night?
Most definitely.
Okay, right. What I'm going to do is a Jamie watch and just watch how. I'll describe how drunk you get. Right now, you're pretty like. You're together. Your face is just starting to turn a little bit rosy.
Some million degrees in
Just
there.
slightly rosy. And as far as talking, you're just a little bit kind of enthusiastic about everything, but no more than normal.
Okay.
So next segment, we'll see how you're doing.
Okay. Love you.
This is gonna be awesome. This is science.
The temporary fix, you know I'm not ready for anything more. I'm all alone here, but that's the company I keep. Unnecessary feelings grow just as easy, but a little bit slow, don't you know, dear? I'm just a nervous kind of guy. Leave me and you just might see. Keep me guessing for a while, and I'll give you a little hint of a smile. You don't belong here, but baby, neither do I. Leave me and you just might see. Fleeting dreams and a fickle mind. I might just grow up giving half a life. Who knows? The temporary fix, you know I'm not ready for anything more. I'm all alone here, but that's the company I keep. Dreams and a fickle mind. I might just grow up giving half a life. Who knows? mind. I might just grow up giving half a life. I might just find you if I've got the time. Who knows? Thank you very much.
Right, we just had the raffle. Everybody won a lot of things. It was really good, and somebody got my guitar.
It was Kieran of Dig Deep.
I'm actually really glad it was Kieran Dig Deep, because he's a good performance guy and he plays guitar, and it's going to be awesome seeing it on stage if I ever get the
And
chance.
hopefully he plays it at the buffet as well.
Yeah.
How's playing there?
That's true. How do you feel about how tonight is going?
It's gone great so far, it's been brilliant.
Yeah, I have something to tell you about.
Oh, okay.
But Jamie Dalzell is drinking St. Mungo's tonight and doing a thing called Drunk Watch, where we describe what he looks like every segment.
Is he drinking?
He's drinking St. Mungo's, which fucks you up really quickly.
I've been drinking St. Mungo's.
Are you on? Okay, I'll do a Drunk Watch for you as well.
Yeah,
I'm staying sober until the end. Okay. And then we're St. Mungo's.
I'm feeling great.
You're slightly slurring. This is interesting. Yeah. So in about an hour's time, I'd like to talk to you again.
Okay, well, in an hour's time, I'll have sung my songs.
You're singing songs?
Yeah, just the
Cool.
So,
okay,
are you going?
Right, next we're going to see Toni Sigwick. Mareel, you're going to...
Toni Sigwick.
S-I-G-Wick. Sidgwick. Okay, Mareel, do you want to go and announce Toni Sigwick?
Yeah!
Okay, all right, we'll speak to you guys later.
This is called Don't Start This War. To a head sometime. start this, don't start this war. Don't start this, don't start this war. No. Thank you.
Okay, I'm back on the couch with Jamie Dalzell, and before we do anything, I'll give a report on his drunken state. So I'm looking at his face right. He's smiling so much he's wrinkly. The skin's getting pink.
I'm turned into my old dog.
And you're still doing pretty good though, apart from your eyes are skin colour now, if you know what I mean. Like before they go bloodshot, the skin colour. So it's on the way.
I'm still upright.
Yeah. But he's more animated. So Jamie, so far we're just watching Toni Sigwick right now. You're saying how much you like her.
Absolutely excellent. I think she's absolutely brilliant. I saw her first on the main stage in the auditorium when she was supporting Newton Faulkner.
Yeah.
And I said initially then, I was like, we need to get her at least for the acoustic night. I thought she'd go down well, and she is going down well. Everybody's absolutely loving her. She's great on stage. She's doing a lot of really interesting techniques that you don't see an awful lot.
Yeah.
Tapping the guitar, a lot of tapping and sliding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And hell of a voice as well.
You know what? You know a fact about her?
Okay.
She told me this in an interview that I did with her last year, and she said that she couldn't play the guitar when she was like in her teenage years. She went down to study, I can't remember where it was, and she was like desperately short on cash and noticed buskers make a lot of money. So she taught herself guitar, and as she learnt the guitar and to sing and everything, she'd go out on the streets and do a little bit more until she developed this technique where it's like really, what's the word, like percussive?
Yeah.
Percussive way of playing guitar, and that's how she got so bloody good.
Yeah.
And then of course she used it to support her tour of America a couple of years ago, or was it last year, just by busking.
It's excellent. Now the first time I ever saw it, because I knew Toni probably about 10 or 11 years ago. I went out to Muckle Row to a friend of mine. We were underage. I was like 15 at the time, and we were drinking. And there was my friend Chunder, Toni, and another lass called Claire, also from Bray. And we went to Muckle Row and drank. And we went underneath the bridge to have a couple of drinks, because that was cool back then. You just go and hide under the bridge and have a few drinks.
I've always looked at bridges and thought they need more things underneath them.
I got really, really drunk, and then we were walking back along the road to Bobby's house, and I went, "Oh, Bobby, I'm so drunk, I'm probably just going to fall in this ditch. You might as well push me in." And he pushed me in, and in the ditch that none of us could see because the grass was really high, there was like a broken strainer post, totally upright, and I cracked my head on the strainer post, and I was out cold for about 2 minutes. And Chunder eventually woke me up by pouring beer on my face and slapping me in the face, got me up, and we're like walking along the road, and I'm walking a little bit in front of him, and the way he described it was, you know in Bad Taste, when the guy's head is like cut open and he has to put it back on with a belt. He said that's what it was like, and blood, like, we were walking along the road for about 2 minutes, and then blood just started pissing from the back of my head. So I was unconscious for like 2 minutes, and then they had to phone my mum and go, there's been an accident. Jimmy's okay. I was spewing by this point. We're just going to take him to the hospital. He's got his head open a little bit, so he's got. And I had to go and get stitches. I had to get like 8 stitches in the back of my head to keep it together.
Shit, that's the second time you've had stitches in your head.
True story.
The other time was when Rory shot you in the head.
No, Rory didn't shoot me in the head. I was at Rory's house when I got shot in the head, but it wasn't Rory.
It's a different story for a different day.
Yeah.
Next up, we're going to see the Mathew Adams Band.
Toni's excellent. What I was going to say was, I knew Toni from back then, and then the first time I saw her playing guitar was on a YouTube video of her busking down the road, and I went, holy crap, I know her, and I was like, oh wow, and I listened to her songs and I thought, holy crap, she's good. And then I never actually looked into her that much. I'd seen that she had been doing acoustic stuff, and then the first time I actually saw her and heard her with my own appendages was in the auditorium when she was supporting Newton Faulkner. Jamie was there as well, and I said, we need to get her for the acoustic night.
And it happened.
And I emailed her 2 weeks before the acoustic night and said, do you want to play?
Thank you, 50% drunken Jamie Dalzell. We'll get back to you when you're between 60 and 80%.
Up next, we've got the Mathew Adams Experience. Since every band that has somebody's name in it is the Experience. Yeah.
Yes, Mathew Adams. Matthew, can you give a message for the audience?
Give us a synopsis of what's going to happen.
Hopefully all goes well. We're playing a System of a Down song, and looking forward to it. It's great to play at the buffet. So
Cool. Yeah, yes, you're on now.
How do you want the world? How do you want disorder? Now, somewhere between the sacred science and sleep. Somewhere between the sacred science and sleep. Disorder, disorder, disorder. Software version 7.0, looking at life through the eyes of a tired hoe. Eating seeds as a pastime activity. The toxicity of our city, Now, how do you want the world? How do you want disorder? Science and sleep. Somewhere between the sacred science and sleep. Disorder, disorder, disorder. Reveries caught in the headlights of a truck, eating seeds as a pastime activity. The toxicity of our city, Now, how do you want the world? How do you want disorder? So
Okay, I'm approaching the yellow couch now where Jamie Dalzell is sitting there with a look on his face that looks like melted wax. Okay, Jamie, we just saw...
Just riffed, none of your comments hold merit.
Hold on, before she goes by, Kirsty North, you've just played in a band that really doesn't have a name, but we're calling it the Claire T Experience.
May I feel the tension of your strings?
You may.
Kirsty, you play clarinet, otherwise known as a harp.
Yes, I do.
Harpsichord.
Yeah. How did this band come about? How did you get involved, and what do you think of it? What do you think of playing on a heavy metal buffet night?
I think it's amazing, yeah. It was Claire that asked me. She just, I think, wanted to have something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Sound. And yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it. I like playing something a bit different.
Not the self, don't lean on the harp.
Yeah, no, I guess way.
What did you think of the crowd tonight?
I thought they were great, yeah.
And what did you think of the other bands that you've seen so far?
I've honestly been really impressed. Like, I hadn't seen a lot of them before, so it was quite nice to hear all these people that I'd met but never actually heard play. So that was great, really, really good.
Will you come to more gigs in the future?
I will.
Yeah? Have you come to many gigs so far?
Did you just say I won't?
Never. That was
You shook your head as you said that, so
She laughed and said no.
I won't.
Like an evil bad guy.
God damn it, man, that's the last time you're playing at heavy metal buffet. No, you guys were excellent. You guys were absolutely astonishing.
I hope you were vaguely.
No, Kat, you
I'd
can...
say you were awesome.
Mareel,
also,
you speak to her. I'm going to speak to Jamie.
Okay.
Okay, you guys.
Yeah. Jamie, come over here and speak to me a pretty bit. Right.
Come over here and speak to me in my domain.
Yeah, I was going to do like an update on Jamie's drunken antics. What I'm seeing, a visual inspection, is a relaxed Jamie, a happy Jamie.
A Jamie ready for sex.
Relaxed and happy, but also like a slight air of uneasy tension, like he's just going to suddenly jump on your face like a face hugger.
You said me in the face!
Like a weird jester from some nether world or something. How are you finding tonight so far?
I think it's been absolutely excellent. Now, I suppose talk fairly, because my best friend, who I've talked about many times on the buffet, Ben Davis, is home right now.
Is he here?
Yeah, I bought him a double single malt. So
which one is he?
A double single malt. Is that a triple malt? No, wait. A double single is still a double.
So, what do you think of the band?
Oh, is that alright? No, the bands have been astonishing. I especially liked all of them.
What are you drinking right now?
I need to pee.
How many drinks have you had so far?
All of them. All of the drinks.
This is good.
Hi, Claire. Okay, now.
Claire, give us a word. Give us a word. How do you feel your performance went? What do you think of it?
You were absolutely
I'm doing this drunken thing.
Okay.
You just farted in my face.
No, I farted a while ago. You sat in it.
It was me just having
It was already there. You jump into it like
Claire's left, so I'll act on behalf of Claire.
Okay, listen. We better, without further ado, go and look at Deathstar Canteen.
Stop talking. What happened was Dirk farted. He's sitting with his leg like one knee up and his foot over his other knee, and he farted.
1, 2, 3, and.
joined now by Lisa of Deathstar Canteen, singer and one of the founding members.
Yeah.
Tonight was like basically an anniversary of your first gig.
Yes.
How do you feel it went?
Yeah, I think it went really well. I really enjoyed it, and it's been such a good night. It's been so varied and interesting.
You've had a really busy year because obviously you started last year with you and Craig, and you had Emma Kennedy on bass. No, sorry, on guitar.
Yeah.
And that was the full lineup, right?
Yeah, we didn't. We were looking for a drummer at the time, but then Emma moved away.
Surprise, surprise! She came back and performed tonight.
I know.
This year, you had the lineup that you formed pretty quickly after Emma Kennedy left, which is a kind of a mishmash between Deathstar and Comic Conspiracy.
Deathstar Conspiracy.
Yeah. Actually, that's an amazing name. Why didn't you call it that?
I don't know. We should have.
Slow thinking. That's your problem.
It was you that kind of matched us up because Mary.
I take credit for
Mary
this.
and Sarah were Chloe was going away, so they were kind of at a loose end, and we were looking for somebody, and you were like, well, I think. And then you introduced us, and then I realised I knew Mary anyway because I taught her fiddle.
You taught her fiddle and drums?
Just fiddle.
Okay.
I don't play the drums. I wish I played the drums, but.
Now you guys have been together as a band for a year. You did things like Ox Jam Buskathon. You did the big council shutdown gig in December.
Oh yeah.
While I was away in New Zealand, you guys actually recorded and released an EP.
Yeah.
You had like t-shirts. It's like wild. In the last year, you guys have basically gone from just forming to being like a recording and performing act. How does it feel coming back to like the first stage and performing, like where it all began, I suppose?
It's brilliant because before last year, and then I hadn't performed in Shetland in years and years and years because every time I performed it had been in Glasgow. It probably hadn't been since I was a teenager, so I was kind of like terrified the last time, whereas this time it feels a lot more comfortable because you've got the lasses and aristocrats and Craig.
He's one of the lasses.
He's one of the
He's got long-ish hair.
Yeah. Mary calls him Kate. Kate Bunny.
That's adorable.
I know. But so it was just a lot more comfortable and you can enjoy it more and be less fair.
Yeah. And singing Liminal, like we talked about this. Well, you were interviewed by Mareel last year, and you talked about the song Liminal, and you talked about when you sung it in front of your mother, you changed the lyrics.
Oh,
you changed it from.
It was a different song. That was Transcends of Gender.
Oh fuck me, that's right. Yeah. Why didn't you sing that tonight?
Just because it's really a power chordy kind of song, and it just wouldn't. We thought it wouldn't work as well acoustic as well.
What I really like about you guys, especially live, is when you watch you guys live. When I watch you guys live, you have like all the sounds that Deathstar Canteen or the kind of the rocky metally band that you kind of come from, like Shoot the Messenger, that kind of stuff, mixed with all the like really nice acoustic-y stuff, the melodies and stuff of
Comic Conspiracy.
Comic Conspiracy.
Yeah.
I keep on mixing them up with Hybrid Constellation because it's two big words. Like you have a really nice mix of those two things. So when you watch a gig by you guys, you're like hit with a heavy song, and then you're like soothing out with like this like nice melodic songs and stuff. Do you think about that when you put together a set, or how does it work?
Yeah. We definitely try to always have a few kind of like slower ones, and I absolutely love doing Sarah's song Blue because it's like it's always so left field because it's almost like a swing beat to it, and the bass line's like a walking bass line. And people, especially after you've just done like a straight up kind of rock song, people are always like, oh, what's this? Afterwards. It's so quirky. It's just so Sarah. It's perfect. We do. And I always thought that like I always wanted a band that was like, you know, Hole's album Celebrity Skin. You know how they came from Live Through This, which was just like a really kind of straight up rock grunge album. And then they did Celebrity Skin, and it had all the harmonies and the beautiful side of it as well as like kind of guttural rock.
The only song I know from them is, I think it's on that album, it's like, When I Wake Up.
Yeah, that's Celebrity Skin, the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that kind of sound that I would like to get. So it's like really raw at times, but it's also quite polished and pretty at times, and has all the like ahs and stuff.
One of the things I have to say is like when you released your EP, I was like, I didn't know you guys were doing it. I didn't know anything about it, and all of a sudden out of nowhere.
We didn't know we were doing it.
But it's like just the thing about Shetland bands is because everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows if a Shetland band is recording, if they're producing, you know what they're up to. But you guys just seem to suddenly disappear for a weekend and come out with a full EP out of nowhere.
We didn't actually mean to do that. Like, we've been planning to record an album, and then Ewan said he'd produce it, like Ewan from Scoot Talk. And he said, could you just try out the Wobbly Gang Hut, record some songs, and just let me have them so I can hear them as rough tracks?
Yeah.
But we recorded them. We actually did.
And like was it a live recording? You were all recording at the same time?
Yeah, it was just playing as live recording, just basically just to get it done to show it to you. And we recorded a whole bunch of other songs as well that didn't go out.
Right.
Because we didn't want to give away half the album before we do the album, but we were quite happy with the recordings. We were like, it's decent for live, and it would be nice to have some recordings, so let's just stick it out. So yeah, we just kind of went in a day, did it, and chucked it out. So we weren't planning on it, it just kind of went, yeah.
Wow. Well, I really like the fact that that happened, because at that time of year, there wasn't so much going on in terms of releases, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, you guys just have this, like, the Purple EP, which, by the way, is the name of the last Down EP. Well, the Down EP before that.
Me and Craig.
Craig and I.
Yeah, Craig and I. Me and Craig. We're coming up with names for it, and we were like riffing on it, and we were like, well, the t-shirts are purple. We're all obsessed with purple, and then Craig went, the Purple EP. That has a ring to it. I feel like that's like properly got a ring to it, and we're like, yeah, let's call it that.
Of course it has a ring to it.
I know, because it exists already.
It's even like written out in text, the Purple. I think it was really good. I was really happy to hear something so different. It sounded live because it was like a live recording.
Yeah.
It was raw. I really loved how raw it was, but it also just, it was like watching you guys live and getting a really, really like ear quality recording of that. And I was really happy to hear that, because I was on the other side of the world when it came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it was like a total taster of home. It was like, because I'd seen you guys just before I left playing on the street. When you were playing on that live at the street type thing in the middle of winter. And like a few weeks later, there's an EP I can download. It was brilliant. I really, really liked that. And I was really grateful that a Shetland band had gone and just done that and not fucked around for like months on end trying to tweak everything. Well, I know that that's really crucial for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I was so glad that somebody had just like surprised us out of nowhere with an EP.
Well, if we can get the album recorded, because it really depends on, Mary goes away mid-August, so we have to try and squeeze in recording time, and Ewan's really busy, but if we can get it done before Mary goes away and then comes back at Christmas, we're planning to do the drums as live, like, because we don't think that we would suit like a really tweaked, polished thing, because it's kind of that lo-fi kind of 90s sound that it's supposed to be.
I think that you definitely sound that, like, I don't mean this in like an unpolished way, but you suit that raw sound.
Yeah.
Like you obviously want it to sound as good as you can, but you suit that kind of raw sound. And that song, that like liminal song you did, where you're like really getting a bit more guttural, that was amazing. That was so good to hear a bit of distortion on your voice, where you're like pushing it out and like almost like grunting a bit.
Yeah.
That was really cool. That was like really like you really feel it, because the overall feel you get when you listen to a Deathstar Canteen set is very feminine. It's rocking. It's very feminine. And when you start to do stuff like that, it's getting really quite aggressive and breaking out a bit. And it's really, really nice to hear that. So I think you guys would suit that, like that kind of feminine, a bit kind of.
You know the Hungry Ghost song we have? That's the heaviest one.
Yeah.
We recorded that at the live EP, but we didn't put it out.
It's on the recording you gave us as a prize tonight. And I was like looking at it, and I was like, the Realm of the Hungry Ghost, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is this? I never had a chance to listen to it, and I'm pissed off.
We didn't put it out because we sung slightly flat on it, but it actually sounds kind of cool because it's live. It is slightly flat, because we're a bit like, because the chorus goes, but it's kind of like,
The inspiration for the title of that track, does that come from listening to Mastodon by any chance?
No, it's like a Buddhist thing.
It just sounds like a Mastodon track. Listen, I'm going to have to wrap this up, because we need to go and watch Kev T Experience. But thank you very much, Lisa of Deathstar Canteen. And we'll catch you guys again later in the year.
I hunger. I eat. hunger. I eat a million swollen guts. Must be something going right around. In the realm of hungry I hunger. I eat. In the realm of hungry
It really has been a missed special night, and now we're off to
A pelagic fishing boat. Google that.
We're off to a pelagic fishing boat, like I did last year at the end of our acoustic night.
I've never done this before, and I'm so excited to meet Mareel and Jamie.
This is going to be brilliant. Now we're going to go and watch heavy metal DVDs and eat some of Beagle's
Fish.
food.
Food.
Beagle's a cook on this pelagic fishing boat, and he's going to cook. He's going to cook with some of the best burgers you've ever eaten, with some of the best sauce you've ever had burgers with. Cheerio, listeners.
Bye, and I love you.
Thank you for
love you,
thank
Jamie.
you for enduring this shit. I love you.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Jamie Hatch solo.
Do